Hello, guys. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our daily stock market insights. Today is September 8th, 2020, and actually, I am reporting this for our September 7th performance, our Monday performance in the Philippine market. Okay, and I have outlined all the requests from the comment section. At the same time, I've also logged the most trending stocks we had last September 7th. Okay. And before we get started, I'd like to also open our index. So if this is your first time to watch our video, guys, just know that we're doing this every day. I might be recording sometimes a little late, but definitely this is something that I do on a daily basis. Sometimes I record more than just one video so that I will be able to accommodate all your requests. So go ahead, drop a comment if you have a requested stock. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe so that you're always updated whenever we have a new video. All right. So the index really had a good performance today with a 2.61% increase in the price, a solid green for today, right? However, we have stopped right at the MA20 line, so could be two things could happen tomorrow. Maybe some of the big stocks or big players might be taking profit, and it might result in a slight pullback in the price, or it could even go further higher and cross the MA20 line. If that's the case, that's a solid, promising move right there, because as soon as we cross the MA20, then we might be triggering some more uh, positive movements in the coming days. Right now, MA20 is, since we're at that area, it could be a make or break day for tomorrow. Okay, we had a resistance right here and MA20 right here, so right at that level. So in the event we cross that path the first 30 minutes of the day, and then most of the action happens up there, then that's a good sign. That would mean most of the stocks are now moving higher. But let's go ahead and discuss the individual stocks that you have requested, because that is really representative of how uh, each stock would perform. So this is from Samuel. Wow, interesting. This stock is not really very popular, but uh, Samuel was able to spot this. It's been, how long has it been? Since the start of July. This stock has already moved higher from a solid drop in the price. Where was it before? Okay, so this used to reach as high as the 60 level, but I really find it impossible for us to reach that very quickly. It might take years for us to go back there. But if you're to look at it on a weekly chart, we've been on a very constricted movement since 2016. But I'm not very familiar with this kind of stock, and just be extra careful because right today there's only 108 trades, so there's not much here, although I see volume starting to pick up. But just be extra careful. I think this movement is just influenced by a few whales in the market, right? Institutions perhaps, um, pushing the price higher, and they could be taking profit any moment from now. So just be extra careful. If you want to trade this, trade it in a much faster time frame. But looking at it on a weekly chart, and if you say, let's say you have studied the fundamentals of the stock, you know that they could have something promising in the future or in the pipeline, then this could be the beginning of it, right? If you're an investor. But in a trader's mindset, I have to say that this is already uh, somewhat oversold, looking at it on a daily performance level. So if you'd like, you can wait for a pullback and enter right there. For now, I'd say just hang in there. Maybe try to consider other stocks because I'm not sure. Maybe it's just me, but this is not really very popular. So just in case they take profit and you're not able to take profit on time, or you're not able to exit on time, it might take some time before you could recover because of the volume here. Eagle. Eagle also started to push the price higher, another promising move here. The nearest resistance I'm seeing is very near because you have a support built in this level. That is the nearest resistance that I see. So see that? Used to be a support here, another support here, and we've been pushing the price since the week of August 20th, and it's been more than a week of consistent bullish move. 211 trades. So again, very near a resistance level. At this point, this is a profit-taking area unless the 13.98 gets broken. If it does go beyond that, then your previous resistance will now become a support. For instance, this one. Push higher and then retest, create a support at the previous resistance, and then continue to move higher. That is if it crosses the 13.98 level. However, right now, I'd say be very careful because in a daily chart, it's been already climbing up. So there might be some slight retracement, and that's when you take advantage of the situation. Maybe if it retraces, it might drop up to 12.03, and that's a much better entry compared to the 13.78. Imagine, guys, 11.13 in one day in the Philippine market, it's a significant increase. Sometimes when it does that, there's a domino reaction or an immediate reaction the following day, something like this. Push the price higher, it doesn't take long before profit taking happens. Next is BDO. Nice. BDO starting to wake up. September 10. So we have we have a dividend, right? So from a constricted, we're still at the constricted Bollinger Band. We'll wait for it to start triggering the upper band right at the 92 level. If it does that, because I think what happened today is really super promising. It half of the body, or yeah, half of the body of the candlestick is already higher than the MA20 line. So it might continue to push the price higher, right? Because we're already past the MA20 level. At the same time, your RSI, we already have started to kick in terms of momentum. So in the event you want to get in, I'd say this is a very healthy level. 88.44 if you want to get in would be a much better entry price, just to haggle for a few cents right there. That's because that's where the MA20 line is at the moment. At the same time, look at this. That's your support. You also have established some support lines there. Support at the same level, 88.44. And I see this pushing some more higher. All right. Next is AGI. AGI, nice. Respecting, guys. Look at that. Respecting the MA20 line. We're still at the support level right at the MA20. And I just feel like this will continue to move higher. Of course, just follow the MA20 line as your moving support. And Nearest short-term resistance is at the 6.46 level. Look at that. Very near. But if volume is starting to pick up, then let us see. Maybe we are also heading towards the uptrend right there. Okay. Starting to show some increase in the volume. Do you see that? Here, but still below that cloud. The cloud serves as your average right there, but showing some increase there. Hopefully we get past that, like this one. Look at this. When the price went all the way down here, that's where we noticed the volume starting to really overflow. And the next action happened. It increased 646. And right now it's just moving higher than the MA20 line. So that's a good one. It's sustaining, it's holding right there. So the key level, 646, nearest resistance. Home. Okay, let's see what happened here at home. Home, very minimal movement, but we have 786 trades. In the Philippine market, that's already a good sign that you have an increasing volume. Look at that. Price is moving down and your volume is starting to go higher. So let us see if it will maintain a it will let us see if it will establish a support right at that area. In the meantime, I cannot say that we're out of the woods and will totally reverse because we have not even engulfed this red candlestick yet. So the last stick ended outside of the Bollinger Band. If you can see, it's outside of the Bollinger Band. So the goal here is for, let's say, in the next 3 days, which day one is today, in the next 3 days, it should engulf this red candlestick. Otherwise, we might experience some more declines. Okay. Use this as our imaginary support. Let us see first if it will sustain there. Because you had your resistance here, right? Yeah. But let's see how it looks like on your weekly chart. Oh, yikes. On the weekly chart, guys, I see this. It might be a little lower. I'll remove this first. There. It might drop up to this level on the weekly chart. It's 5.65. And if it breaks down, then the nearest drop would be 536. So let's go back to the daily chart. Yeah, it makes sense. This one over here, look at that. Support at that level. So just be a little conservative for now. Don't be, don't rush. You can still get this potentially at a much lower price. Next is ACEX. Okay, 13 trades. Not much volume, guys. It will take some time. I think it will just move within this range. Although we've started pushing the price higher, it might create a support in this level. See that? It's just moving within that level. 5.48 is our nearest support. Let us see if it will hold there. But 13 trades, it will really take some time. Not very enticing or appealing stock for me. So if you are considering this, maybe try to consider other stocks because it might take some time before this stock pushes the price up. This stock would increase, but your market cap here is only 1.42. Who knows, maybe there's someone with a deep pocket listening to us right now and they feel like taking advantage of this situation whereby the price is cheap. Who knows, we really don't know. market, once you have that kind of market cap, it's easy to move, easy to I don't want to use the word manipulate, but you only have you don't need much in order to push the price higher, versus you, of course, look at this BDO 395.21 billion. It's hard to uh, manipulate that and play a, seldom will you see a ceiling play for a stock in the index. But this, or was that ACEX? That one is very easy to move, 1.42 billion. So I hope you're not stuck in this, or I hope you were not able to get this at a higher price. Otherwise, I already feel why you are asking for this stock, dahil baka ipit ka. Pero sige lang, if you're not able to cut loss early, and let's say you don't need the funds right away, siguro the best thing to do is just wait. And yeah, once it recovers, so here's an idea on how you can average down without having to add more funds, right? For instance, this stock starts to trigger and cross the MA20 line, edi akit na siya ng ganon. What you can do here is, for instance, ganito, pushes the price higher. If you see an opportunity where you already reached the resistance level and you feel like there are signs of a weakness, at this point you could already start locking in some, you exit partially, not 100%, so that when it drops again, okay, when it drops, you can enter once again, now this time with a much lower price, and it lowers your volume. I mean, it lowers your cost average. Does that make sense? For example, you entered around, let's say, lagay natin to, let's say 8.75, kunwari lang. And then price starts to move higher, and then it touches 754. Kunwari, nag-touches in 754. And this one right here, you got 1,000 shares, okay, at 8.75. And when it reaches this level, exit ka, probably 500 shares. And now that you have a buying power, the buying power that you have out of your transaction here for the 500 shares, and when it dips, bili ka dito. Now, instead of you having an average of 8.75 because you purchased more at the 5.45, then your cost average should be lowered down. For instance, let's say it got lowered down to around 7 pesos. Now, if it moves higher again, let's say it moves higher here from a 5.45, dahil you got it for 500 shares. Even if you want to take profit right at this level, do not take profit for the 1,000 accumulated shares. You only take profit from the 500 shares because you purchased it at 5.44, 5.48, because that is the only transaction that was profitable. The 500 remaining was actually still, even if it reflects as a lower cost average, you should have that imaginary, figure in your mind, or you can list it down somewhere, that you know for a fact that the remaining 500 was actually purchased at around 8.78. That's why you're not going to exit 100% yet. Probably, if you can wait a little longer, now that you have already exited the 500, you know that you have 500 left. So at least hindi na siya masyadong malaki. You wait for it to exceed the 878 para you can be so sure that both transactions you were profitable. Kasi mas mabigat, mas matagal hintayin. Alam mo yun, mas matagal siyang pula dun sa portfolio mo. if you'll just wait for that entire 1,000 shares, um, for the price to reach 8.78. Okay, I hope that makes sense. That's how you average down without having to add more funds. Slight bounce, partially exit, and then use the buying power again when it goes further down. And once you purchase at a lower cost, now your cost average is lower than the original one. And when it starts to kick off, only exit the number of shares where you purchased it at a much lower price until such time the original price, for our example here, until such time your original price is met or is exceeded. That's when you exit and sell your position for the remaining number of shares. Okay, so that's it. Next one is APVI. Wow, APVI is still flatlining here, but looks like it's triggering some more movements downwards. Not a good story after all. There's no support as of yet. That means it could go much lower than this. So just be extra careful because there's no any moving average that we can use as a baseline for a possible support. It could, it could be as deep as 250 or even lower. We don't know until we see an accumulation at a certain level. That's when we start observing perhaps this stock is already trying to establish a support. When you see price moving almost at the same area and it's not going down any further. At this point, I'd say 2 days straight, it has landed almost at the same area, but not enough data to really conclude that this is it. This is the support it's establishing. So just if you have some other stocks that you can try to engage in for now, try to consider other stocks because I don't feel safe, especially coming from a constricted Bollinger Band. And we all know that when a stock is from a constricted Bollinger Band, the next thing is really a significant move, either downwards or going up, depending on where the sentiment is. But for this stock, the sentiment is going down. So be very careful, and I'd say stay away muna. Next is East West. East West, oh nice. Looks like the banks are starting to recover. So MA20 is being respected as our support right here. Do you see that? This is the resistance, and this is the support. So your previous resistance, because we managed to break that, will now become your support. And so far for the past 1 or 2 weeks, we have been moving within this area where you stop at MA20 for our support. So I just feel like we might see some more movements going up in the coming days. Although the volume of our trades here, number of trades we have, is actually not that much as of yet. So we're waiting for more people to show interest here. But overall, if only they see this, the potential is promising. This was a what? Let's say from here, around 45% drop from its peak back in December 2019. Okay, in the meantime, let's use 8.06 as our support. So guys, by the way, I'm just using technicals here in my analysis. Anything can still happen. It can even negate whatever my findings are. In the event we have some news that could be a good or a bad catalyst in any stock. Okay, so always do your assignment. Read the news, read the disclosures, and these things will influence and guide you on which stock to engage in. Your technicals will teach you when to get in. Okay, PHA. Here, this is also doing sideways, but slightly, okay? The trajectory of this stock is slightly moving upwards. So, provided this stock does not break the 0.22, so far we are landing at the support level, okay? So, currently sitting at a support area. Uh, if this does not break, then we will see it climbing up some more. And just draw this line, okay? Use this as your resistance and use this as your support. And so far also at a very cheap level, flatlining right there with a slight uptrend in the sentiment. So just draw this line and observe. Once the lower line gets broken, then that's a different story. We might see some more drops. DMC, still flatlining. This is the support we're looking at. Yeah, this is the support area. Let's use that 3.90. Okay, resistance, still support here, support there. There you have it. And most likely it will respect because it's just within this range for several weeks now. So at the same time, we are also at a very cheap level, and your momentum is already in the 50s. So RSI is already picking up. So we might see some bullish moves in the coming days. IMI. IMI, nice. Okay, more triggers to the upside, but you have a resistance nearby. So just gauge if this is the kind of game plan you have. You could be a momentum trader, but let's see if this breaks your 6.24. Overall, if you're looking at it on a much longer horizon, you still have a lot of room for growth here in terms of price. It used to be at 22%, which this thing dropped by how much? We're at a 70% drop approximately. Okay, so if you're a long-term investor here, probably better haggle in terms of price would be 5.29. That's a much, or 5.14, around that level. Okay, that's a much better, a more conservative approach, I'd say. All right, that's IMI. Nickel. For nickel, oh, there's a dividend. August 18, tapos na. Okay, so with respect to this area, but look at this. When this price hit this level, your RSI is much lower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd say I want to plot our resistance here. This is your resistance level, 3.46. So we might see some more movements going up, but the risk to reward ratio, it's not very ideal at the moment. We're already at an expensive level, and I feel like if the price reaches 3.46, there's really a big chance that people will take profit and pull the price down again. Next one is Dito. Dito, okay, so far respecting your MA20 line, very critical level at this point. Hopefully it doesn't break the MA20. But look, oh, interesting. Foreign buying present, RSI in the 55 level. So let us see if it doesn't break, okay? So far, if you're looking at it in the long term, for long-term investors, this is a very it's just the beginning of its uptrend, starting to move up now. But we understand that when we go higher, right? We don't just go on a linear, on a straight line going up. There will be fluctuations. People will be taking profit because there are some traders in the market who are taking profit more frequently than the investors. That's why you see the price moving up and down. But overall, we're still following the uptrend channel here. Just use 3.24 as your nearest support. Okay, if you still want to get in. ACEN. Okay, there's a dividend. 04 August 28th, and that's done. 8 million foreign buying. That's the news here. 12 days ago, not much. But we're very near a resistance. Wow, I didn't realize this stock was just moving all the way up from the time we started the quarantine, right? So this is the nearest resistance. Do you see that? Used to be a resistance here. So very near, guys. Just see if you like this. Otherwise, maybe you can wait for the price to move. Let's say around more than 3 peso level, because that's a breakout play if that's the case. See that? So maybe it will, if it breaks that, who knows really? We can even have a gap up, right? Go beyond that, pushes the price higher, retrace, or I mean pull back, and then continue to move higher. CHP. CHP starting, look at that, from a heavy decline, it's also starting to recover, but no rush, because this stock also, retraces sometimes. I mean, it definitely does. And if you want to get in, much better entry price would be 140. At least you could negotiate a little bit and get some more savings there from a discounted price. 1.40 is the nearest support, but look at that, how promising that is. We're still at a very cheap level. Just go ahead and also look at the fundamentals. See if we have some more projects ahead of us, and check the financial health of the business in this period of time, while everyone is on quarantine. Is this company moving? Is this company gaining at least profit, right? So far, total revenue, net income, 45. So what's this? Uh, 45 million on net income, which is 92 minus 92%, because previously this registered a 230. Looks like it's starting to recover actually from annual of 2019, but I think they also got affected in because this one, August 17, much lower revenue than last year, but starting to recover here, right? So just use 140 as your support. At least that's a much better entry. Ali, I see. Look at that, second day of good movement, but we're very near MA20 line. So another possible make or break day tomorrow. Let's see if it will continue to get through that and break that. 30.95 is the nearest resistance I'm looking at. We could go beyond that, hopefully, right? Something like this. Look at that. Another solid company, but the revenue declined as well. Next one is, what's RSI? EEI, probably. EEI. Another interesting stock right here. Wow, 594% decline in revenue, a 1.59 billion on gross revenue, but the net income went down to 847. So, but at least there's income, right? Wow. So just check out the fundamentals, guys. But this chart is looking really attractive right now. But I'm just plotting our support at the 5.86 because I know that yeah, 3.28 billion. People will be taking profit, I know for a fact. So anywhere from 5.86 to 6.72, that would be a good haggle. Overall, I see the stock moving some more higher, especially because we came from, again, a constricted Bollinger Band. So guys, my analysis is just super simple. I just uh, look at the same indicators and I follow specific patterns and formats, and so far it's been um, working to my advantage. And for instance, here from a constricted Bollinger Band, normally it triggers the price to whichever side there is. For instance, this one pushes the price higher, then you have a significant move going up. So that's what we are anticipating right now, of course with some pullbacks in between. But overall, from a constricted Bollinger Band, of course, volume also starting to go higher here. So I feel that there will be some more bullish movements here. Okay, just look at how this stock moved when from a constricted Bollinger Band. It triggered the lower band and it started to heavily pull down the price. In the same manner, here it started to push the price higher. So what do you think is going to happen next? Possible like that, right? So let's closely monitor this, and if you're interested, I'd say be on the more conservative side, so anywhere from 5.86 to 6.72. That would be a much better entry. If not, 5.86 is if you want to be strict at it, 5.86 is the highly recommended level. Okay, there you have it. I think we were able to review a lot this evening. Thank you guys for requesting the stocks. And yeah, please continue to support Miss JD by subscribing and hitting the notification bell, so the platform or Google would notice our channel and start recommending it as well. So if you want to also share it to your groups, yeah, this is your way of supporting our channel. Please share this to your group so that we could also help enlighten them or help educate them about the stock market. In the meantime, thank you guys and good night. Bye bye for now.